Welcome! In this learning session we are going to talk about quality management and history trail in Pool Party. Next, you will get to know about methods and tools that help ensure a consistent knowledge graph. Keeping track of your taxonomy development must be supported automatically when the thesaurus and its complexity starts to grow. With Pool Party, this can be done on different levels. We will focus now on quality management, which includes the quality settings and the quality reports. We will also take a look at the history trail. The quality reports detect errors in your taxonomy, while the history trail documents your work. I will show you how to work with both of them during your taxonomy development. Let's focus now on the quality management. Your taxonomy is bound to grow beyond an easy-to-keep overview. Take as an example the multilingual All About Cocktails taxonomy, which contains over 300 concepts and even more relations between them. How can we check if this taxonomy has any problems, such as cycles, label clashes, or missing information? The answer is the quality report feature. You can generate a quality report in different ways. For example, we can take contemporary classics and generate the quality report from the According tab of the concept. Be aware, you find this tab under each concept, top concept, and even on the project level, but not under concept schemes. When you generate the report from a concept, it will show you the focused results of this part of the taxonomy. Another way to generate the quality report is also from the Tools button in the navigation bar. We have here the All About Cocktails taxonomy, which was modified to contain some issues. Let's take a look at the results of the quality report in Pool Party. For this, we go to the header menu and choose Tools and Quality Report to generate it. In the project level, under the Quality Report tab, we see 8 possible types of issues which were analyzed. These issues are not SCOS ontology related rules, but optional checks which we find most relevant in some use cases. If you want more such checks, there is a W3C recommended quality checker called QSCOS, developed by the Pool Party team, which you can visit. It is also worth mentioning that not all reported issues are actually causing problems in our taxonomy. This depends from use case to use case. But now, let's go through the 8 checks from Pool Party. Hierarchical cycles represent cycles in your knowledge model. In this case, we see here a cycle between these 4 concepts. The relation of SCOS brother is the one that connects all 4 of them. If we navigate to the concept of Americano, we see the IBA official cocktails concept as a narrower of Americano, but we also see it here as the top concept of these concepts. So in this case, the cycle goes deep in our structure, and we would like to get rid of it, correct the cycle. So what we could do is just remove the broader concept of Americano, and that leaves us with only the IB official cocktails as a top concept and not as a narrower of Americano anymore. Non-disjoint labels show us which concepts contain the same labels. In this example, Cinzano has the same label both for preferred label and also for alternative label for English. If we navigate to the concept, we find both of them under the same concept. So to rectify this, we simply remove, for instance, the alternative label. Inconsistent preferred labels indicate we have two or more labels under preferred label which should only have one, if you remember from our previous learning sessions. In this case, this concept has two preferred labels for the language of English for Caipirinha. If we navigate to the concept, we see this in the interface as well. To correct this, we have to go to the Triples tab of the concept, identify the SCOS preferred label triples, which we see here, and then choose between these two which one should remain. I choose to delete this one. No brothers and no top concept shows concepts which are missing the relations of SCOS brother or SCOS top concept of. This could happen upon import of RDF data. So one solution would be to simply readjust our RDF and import it again. Omitted or invalid language tags indicate that the language tag is wrong. In this case, Bellini has an alternative label which is missing its language tag. This could occur upon RDF import, and it can be solved by adding the missing tag in the RDF data and importing it again. Same label for different concepts shows us which concepts have the same labels either under preferred label or alternative label or hidden label. In our taxonomy we have two such reported cases. When we look at Cinzano Bianco, we see it part as an alternative label and also as a preferred label of concepts. If we navigate to one of the concepts, Cinzano, we find it here under alternative labels. But Cinzano has a narrower concept called already Cinzano Bianco. So in this case, one could argue that we don't need this alternative label in Cinzano concept. We can delete it. Let's look at the other reported case of Martini. Martini is in both concepts a preferred label. If we navigate to the concept, we see Martini as part of our alcoholic beverages in our taxonomy. And the second concept of Martini is the actual cocktail in our taxonomy. We have a homonym, two different concepts which have the same preferred label. This could not necessarily be a problem for our taxonomy, and we can leave it as it is. Relation clashes occur when we have concepts which are already in a parent-child relation and also in a related concepts relation. For this example, we have Daiquiri, which has the SCOS brother relation to Caipirinha, and Caipirinha, which has the SCOS related relation with Daiquiri. So to correct this, we can simply navigate to Daiquiri, for instance, and we can remove the related concept of Caipirinha. Valueless associative relations show you those concepts which are siblings and also have the related concept relation among them. Again, this could make sense and is not necessarily an error. If we take a look in our taxonomy, for instance, we have godmother related to godfather, but they are both brother with duo cocktails. We could simply navigate to our godmother concept and remove the related concept relation. Every time we change something in the taxonomy, the Regenerate button appears. Since we rectified some of the issues, let's generate the report again and see what still remains. We didn't fix all of the issues, and some remain because we still need to maybe import a better RDF, or simply because some of the reported issues are not relevant for our use case. Now that we went through all possible reported errors and fixed some of them, what now? To make sure these problems do not appear again, you have a feature which helps you in this regard. For this, we go to the Advanced tab in the navigation and open the quality settings. In this window, we find again the same 8 reported points which are all set on report. You have different scenarios you can configure which have the power to enforce that you don't create the same labels under different concepts, for example. Let's see how this looks in Pool Party. I have 6 different scenarios that I can choose from and a custom one. Each check can be set to ignore, report and enforce, whereas only if it is set on report it will show up in the quality reports. As an example, let's take the restrictive scenario, where most of the checks are set on enforce. I want to create now a new cocktail, Blue Moon. And I would like to add as an alternative label, Caipirinha. I get an error because Caipirinha as a label already exists in my taxonomy, so I cannot add it again. Also, if I would like to relate sibling concept to my Blue Moon concept, I get an error again because I'm violating the valueless associative relation. And so on. You can decide which setting is more helpful for your use case. And now, let's continue with the history trail. From the project level, I can access the History tab, where I can see a nice overview of all the changes made in the project. I can search for a specific concept. I can filter by author or language, and I can specify a time range. The history trail is present also on the other nodes of the taxonomy. For instance, I can go to concept scheme level, and I can go to a concept level, and I would get a very nice overview for this particular subtree. All the information about changes in the project are stored in a separate graph, and it can be queried through the API of Pool Party, which is helpful when you want to develop certain alert systems or notifications on top of Pool Party. To sum up, in this session we talked about quality management, specifically what are the quality settings we have and which are the possible reported points. We also showed the history trail. The quality management features and the history trail can be very helpful when your taxonomy develops beyond your overview. We explained each point that is checked in the quality report. We mentioned the existing quality report scenarios, which can be set on ignore, report, or enforce. Last but not least, we showed how to use the history trail on the whole project or just on a specific concept. Stay tuned for the next sessions.